DG Villanueva, I'll give you an opportunity because your name was mentioned earlier by the senator, di ba? Na you were supposedly, you had a big role actually in parang suppressing the information from coming out, especially linking Michael Yang and other personalities po. What is your comment to that, sir?
Thank you, Mr. Chair, for giving me the opportunity. Hearing what Mr. Las Cañas and Mr. Trillanes narratives, seemingly they were lousy storytellers. Una-una, sir.
Mr. Chairman, I take exception dun sa sinasabi nito ni Mr. Villanueva kasi early on I was checked by the chairman for taunting pero
Okay.
I submit.
May we remind all the resource persons to refrain from
I'm
saying
sorry, Mr. Chair.
offending words. Thank you so
Sorry,
much,
Mr.
everybody.
Unang-una kasi, Mr. Chair, sabi ni yung mga previous statement ni Colonel Asierto, lumabas yung pangalan ni Michael Yang according to his informant noong 2016. Samantalang yung statement ni Las Cañas kanina nung pinapanood ko, seemingly, agad alam niya si Michael Yang nung sa Dumoy. Dumoy pa lang, alam na niya na may Michael Yang. Now, Mr. Chair, for 3 months of our surveillance operation, isang team lang ang kay Colonel Asierto doon, lahat ng team sa PDEA 11. Walang anino si Las Cañas doon. And definitely, we have not involved anybody outside of AGSOT, the team of Colonel Asierto and my team, because this was a delicate anti-drug operation. So definitely, paano malalaman ni Las Cañas na may Michael Yang? Hindi nga niya alam na may anti-drug operation sa clandestine laboratory. Pangalawa, sir, sabi ni Mr. Trillanes, the clandestine laboratory was operating under my nose. Ibig sabihin, nagmamanufacture na ang mga in-check ng shabu na hindi ko nalalaman. Maling-mali yun, Mr. Chair. For 3 months, nag-start sila ng actual manufacture December 26. Dahil tuwing gabi, Mr. Chair, nasisilip namin yung ginagawa nila. So, noong December 29, naglalatag na, nagpapatuyo na sila ng shabu eh. That is, noong December 28. That is why on December 29, nag-apply na kami ng search warrant.
Okay, let me cut you off there, General. Sandali lang. You said the surveillance nyo sila for 3 months. Tama
Yes,
ba?
Mr. Chair.
So bakit nyo sina-surveillance for 3 months na 26 pa sila of December nag-start production?
Mr. Chair, for 3 months, nagse-set up eh. Bumibili ng mga material, ng mga equipment, isa-set up ang equipment. Nung nakumpleto na lahat ang equipment and chemicals na ipasok na lahat sa Dumoy Laboratory, December 26, they start manufacturing.
Kaya nga, sir, December 31 yung raid, di ba?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So 3 months before that, it would be December, November, October.
It started October 26, Mr. Chair.
October, nag-start na kayo ng surveillance.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Anong isa-surveil nyo kung hindi pa sila nag-produce ng drugs at that time?
Again, Mr. Chair, nag-start kami ng surveillance December 26 dahil binigyan kami ng information.
No, you said 3 months before.
October 26,
Yes, sir.
dahil binigyan kami ng information ng USDEA na may paparating na Chinese chemist sa Davao City. Yun lang ang information, Mr. Chair. From the airport, nasundan namin hanggang dumating sila sa Arlene apartment. And from there, doon na kami nag-start ng follow kung saan pupunta itong mga to hanggang sa natumbok namin ang Dumoy Clandestine Laboratory.
Okay, so the surveillance started because of an information given that a chemist was going to Davao.
Yes, Mr.
Not
Chair.
because they were already producing drugs at that time.
No, Mr.
Not
Chair.
because the laboratory was already set up at that time.
Yes, Mr.
But only because of the raw information that a chemist was there supposedly
Exactly,
to
Mr.
start a laboratory.
Yes, Mr.
That's
Chair.
why 3 months. Kasi minamatch ko lang di ba? Sa akin kasi, if you look at it, no, parang I hope you forgive me,
Yes, Mr. Chair.
3 months before, anong i-surveillance mo kung wala pa nga yung laboratory? And anong i-surveillance mo kung hindi pa nga sila nagpuproduce ng droga na sinasabi natin?
Yes.
Di ba? That's what led to the raid nga di ba? The production of these drugs.
Yes,
So,
Mr. Chair.
Okay,
So,
continue.
dun sa 3 months na yun, sir, nakaka-follow kami dun sa Agdao na warehouse at dun sa Bunawan na kung saan naandun yung naandun yung air scrubber na malaki, Mr. Chair. They just started manufacturing December 26. So on the third day, nag-apply na kami ng search warrant dahil nagpapatuyo na sila ng shabu. So we applied December 29. We implemented December 31. That is 5 days, Mr. Chair. So, maling-mali yung sabi ni Mr. Trillanes na they are already manufacturing under my nose. They are setting up the laboratory na ando na po kami.
Okay, so sige.
Mr. Chairman,
For a while, Senator Tilanes, just let me finish my questioning with DG Villanueva. So, sir, klaruhin natin, categorical lang na questions and then a short answer also. So, hindi totoo na siguro kinover up mo ang some information to protect some of the personalities mentioned by Senator Trillanes.
Like, ano
It's
po?
not true na you protected or siguro kept information that would link Michael Yang.
Wala pong Michael Yang sa laboratory, Mr. Chair.
You did not keep information that would keep information about Sami Uy being involved in drugs.
Hindi ko kilala yon, Mr. Chair.
Hindi mo kilala si Sami
Hindi ko
Uy?
kilala si Sami Uy.
In Davao?
Yes, sir.
Oh, he's pretty popular in Davao,
Sa drugs ako
Oh, nasa
nakatutok,
drugs.
Mr.
Oh,
Chair.
kaya nga. Okay, but as a
Hindi ko
businessman,
kilala,
hindi mo
Mr.
kilala
Chair.
Sami Uy. Okay. Hindi mo kinontrol yung information as far as sino pa yung Charlie Tan is concerned.
Nababalitaan ko si Charlie Tan na siya yung may-ari ng ET.
KTV, yeah.
Yun lang, Mr. Chair.
But nothing that relates to the drugs.
Nothing.
Okay. So, again, Senator Trillanes, go ahead, sir.
Well, unang-una, yung nire-refer natin, Mr. Chairman, about all of these things operating under his nose, yung Green Heights Subdivision. Tapos yung sinasabi ni Las Cañas, wala naman siyang sinabing part siya nung team nila. No? If only nakikinig siya doon sa interview, sinasabi niya, nandito siya sa side nila Duterte, dito siya, close in siya dito, nakita niya yung laro at galaw nila Sami Uy, Charlie Tan at Michael Yang. Dito siya sa part na to, tapos binigyan siya ng mission doon sa after nung raid to turn na sila ang magre-receive nung 11 galing sa tropa niya. So that was his first encounter with this guy. Kumaga, to clean up yung to cover up yung ano na nga yun, yung mess na yon kasi umabot na aabot kay Michael Yang. So doon siya, wala siya doon sa operating unit kasi part niya siya nung sindikato, Double Death Squad ni Mr. Duterte. And ito yan, Mr. Chairman. This guy, ang tagal niya sa Davao, PIDEA, eventually naging Director General siya ng PIDEA. Tanungin siya kung sino yung mga drug lord nung mga malalaking shipment. I doubt kung sasabihin niya kung sino. Ito lang yung sa mga pulis, yung 990 kilos na shabu. Tanungin siya kung sino ang mastermind nun. Wala ka makukuhang sagot. It's either incompetence or kasabwat. And I, because of the testimony of Las Cañas, kasabwat, Mr. Chairman. Ganun lang po yun.
Thank you, Senator Trillanes. Now, you also mentioned, Senator Trillanes, in your testimony, you mentioned Councilor Mola Villera kanina no, na siya yung sabi mong bagman.
Yes,
The thing an issue that I have with this is, parang walang links naman bigla na lang sinasabi na just because there are photos of them together, then ma-assume ba na, come to a conclusion that he is involved.
Yan po, yung conclusion po na yan, Mr. Chairman, was born out of the investigation po dun sa Senado. That ito pong si Mr. Mark Taguba and other brokers kailangan magbigay ng enrollment fee kay Pulong at Manscarpio para maging accredited brokers sila nung pagpasok nila ng mga kontrabado, Mr. Chairman. At ang middleman na nagre-represent kay Mr. Pulong Duterte is si Mr. Small Abiliera. So lahat po itong mga information na to, yung pera na binibigay sa kanya lahat, galing po yan dun sa investigation po namin sa Senado, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, before I ask Councilor Abeliera, but isn't it also a fact that the witness that you're referring to, Mark Taguba, also recanted the testimony that he gave? Hindi ba siya nag-recant?
Wala pong recantation.
Walang recantation?
Opo.
So he's sticking to the allegations that he made of the involvement of some of the members of the presidential family in the previous administration?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, as represented by Mr. Small Abiliera.
Okay. Mr. Chair, if I could just ask a few questions to Small Abiliera, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
Mr. Small Abiliera, sir. Question lang, diretso na po ang tanong at saka I hope you give me a straight answer din, no? Kasi kanina nabanggit ni Senator Trillanes that you were acting as a bagman. Is that true or not?
It is not.
So you categorically deny that you are acting for and in behalf of somebody else as a bagman. Tama po?
Mr. President, binanggit lang naman niya ako dahil close kami at that time ni Pulong Duterte. Totoo naman yun. Inamin ko yun. Alam niya sa Senate. Nagkaharap kami sa Senate niyan. Sinabi ko na yun. Sinigot ko na yun siya niyan. Kaya nga hanggang ngayon wala silang maano sa akin eh.
So you were saying that it's at that time, no? Close kayo at that time. Ngayon, hindi na kayo close.
Mr. President, it is a known fact in Davao na kalaban ako ni Congressman Pulong Duterte.
And would you care to explain bakit kalaban ka na ngayon na dati close kayo?
Actually, hindi ko rin alam, Mr. President, kung bakit eh. Pareho lang din yan. Hindi ko alam kung bakit ako ginadamay ni former Senator Trillanes, in which hindi ko naman dininay sa kanya, sa Senate, na nagkita nga kami ni Mark Taguba. Pero ginasabi ko na wala akong involvement doon dahil nahindihan siya. Alam niya yan eh. Alam niya nung nagkita kami, na sinabi ko na nagkita kami nung Jack, a certain Jack, na hindi ko siya pakilala, nung pinakilala sa akin yan, alam nila na hinindihan ko na sila eh. Kaya hanggang ngayon, wala silang madikit sa akin.
So, pero ito yung allegations na close kayo and you're acting as the front of members of the former administration's family, di ba? And you're categorically denying it. And now you're also saying na ngayon, hindi na kayo close kasi all of a sudden, you just stop being friends but you also don't know the reason why. Tama po ba?
Hindi ko alam, Mr. President. Kaya sinasabi ko nga ulit-ulitin ko man, even nung nag-aaral pa si Congressman Pulong at saka ako, nag-aabot kami sa school, magkaibigan na kami. Nagkataon lang siguro na pareho kaming politiko at siyempre, natural lang. Nung vice mayor ko siya, konsehal niya ako. Kaya, actually, Mr. President, kung pagbigyan niyo lang, lahat ng pictures na ginapresent dyan ni ni Senator Trillanes is mga affairs yun sa city. It's either piyesta sa city, Kadayawan, Araw ng Davao. Natural lang yan, kaibigan kami.
So,
vice mayor ko siya, konsehal ako.
Ang sinasabi mo, you appear in those pictures because of your position as councilor and the position of Congressman Pulong Duterte as vice mayor at that time.
And as a former close friend.
And as a former close friend. Okay, I just tried to give you the chance to explain also because your name was mentioned kanina ni Senator Trillanes.
Thank you, Mr. President.
All right, so Senator Trillanes, of course, is a categorical denial on the part of Small that he acted as such, for for Congressman Pulong, di ba? And other than insinuations kasi or allegations from Art Las Cañas, do you have anything that would show remotely man lang that he actually acted as such? Si Small Abiliera?
Hindi po galing kay Mr. Las Cañas.
Kanino
Mr.
po
Chairman.
nanggaling, sir?
It was again born out of the Senate investigation, during which time si Mr. Mark Taguba mentioned or narrated yung events na yon na nagbigay siya ng pera. Hindi ko naman ho kilala personally si Mr. Small Abiliero. His name was mentioned during the narration of events by Mr. Mark Taguba. So again, it's about weighing or profiling kung sino ba sa kanila ang nagsasabi ng totoo based on motivations. Ito lang, Mr. Chairman, kasi ini-include ko tong si Mr. Abiliera dun sa drug smuggling case nila Pulong. Ito yung facts. Meron pong 6.4 billion pesos sa bull shipment na pumasok. Okay, pumasok, pero wala hong drug lord. Ang na-convict ay yung broker at yung isang middleman, yung Kenneth Dong, who have both of whom do not have the capacity to import these things. Then you have information from other sources that it's Manscarpio and Pulong Duterte na kumokontrol nung importations at that time sa Bureau of Customs. Tapos ito pang naging testimony ni Mr. Mark Taguba. Kumbaga, hindi ko po ito, Mr. Chairman, ginawa lang sa aking kathang isip. Kung hindi, ito ang resulta po ng investigation, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you, Senator Trinas. Now, Mr. Small Abiliera, you testified earlier that you also know Mark Taguba, correct?
No, Mr.
You
President.
met him, sorry.
I met him when he went to Davao because he wanted to be introduced to former Vice Mayor Pulong Duterte.
Because you only wanted to be introduced.
Yes,
Not because-
to a certain Jack, Mr. President. He was with Jack, which I knew before Mark Taguba.
Okay, not because you had any business with customs.
We're friends at that time, Mr. President. It is a known fact also in Davao.
Just answer my question, Small, Mr. Chair. Ang tinatanong ko lang is, ang pagkakilala mo or when he was introduced, Mark Taguba was introduced to you, it's not because you had any business with the customs. Wala naman.
Wala, Mr.
It's not
President.
because you were importing anything through the customs. Wala
None,
naman.
Mr. President.
So there was no need for you to know Mr. Mark Taguba, who was then acting as a broker. Tama po ba?
At that time, Mr. President, hindi ko siya kilala broker. Hindi ko, wala. Yung Jack, Mr. President, ang kasama niya, which yun ang nakilala ko before him.
So all the circumstances about you meeting with Mark Taguba had nothing to do with him being a broker with the customs. Wala.
None, Mr. President. I don't know him. I'm not involved nun sa mga pagtransaksyon sa and that's why kaya siguro ako naimbitahan dito dahil pati yung katabi niya, Mr. President, ginadamay ako.
Okay, so nawala tuloy ako. Anyway, ang purpose niya is magpapa-introduce sa Vice Mayor.
Yes,
So, hindi,
at that time.
hindi nasali sa usapan ang trabaho niya as broker, hindi nasali sa usapan ang capacity niya to import things.
He just want to be introduced to the Vice Mayor then.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Abiliera.
2001. At major campaign contributor sila noong una. Tapos, ito na nga. Sabi ko nga, yung pag-profile kasi kay Las Cañas as an insider, as an inside man, it's either you will believe everything or you don't believe anything. Di ba? So, kaya nung una naming binebet ito si Las Cañas, we were validating everything. Kumbaga, ano bang motivation itong mamang ito? At I think if it's one skill set that we have is yun pong pagbe-vet, pagba-background check. So nakikita po namin yung mga motivations. And sinabi po niya ako ho, without you take out Las Cañas, pag nakita mo yung cover ni Sami Uy, talagang maganda Maganda ho Kaso sinabi ni Las Cañas, and before that, nakuha po namin, Mr. Chairman, yung bank documents. Ando doon siya Bakit siya nagbibigay ng 40 to 50 million dun sa 5 members of the family every 6 months? Ano yun? Anong klaseng business po yan? Tapos marami pa pong eventually kung in an impeachment court, hypothetically, lalabas po yan. Kung kanino galing pumapasok po yan. At ang blunder po ni Duterte, ginawa ho niyang joint account sila ni Sara So, ano po ito? Lumabas po doon.
Pero you would agree with me, Senator, na there's nothing wrong naman in making political contributions to campaigns, di ba? I mean, a lot of businessmen do that, di ba? For as long as it is properly reported in your statements of contribution expenditures, okay lang yan, di ba?
Okay lang po yan, Mr. Chairman, kung hindi mo alam. Kunyari ngayon, napag-uusapan na si Michael Yang as a drug lord. Would you accept a campaign contribution from Michael Yang? I don't think so. Siguro before, pag hindi mo pakilala, you'd be forgiven for that Alam niyo naman po, tayong mga politiko, pag may lumapit o gusto kong tumulong sa campaign mo, hindi naman tayo magche-check sa narco list o kung ano-ano. Di ba ho? We take these gestures at face value na they just want to help us. So, ganun po yan.
Okay, now, pwede na, kasi ito di ba? Asierto first came out with Michael Yang after 2016 na
Yes.
Di ba? When Duterte was already president. Tama po ba?
Yes, Mr.
So,
Chairman.
I mean, if I was the president, I would still have accepted the donations prior to that. Kasi
Yes.
hindi pa lumulutang yung pangalan niya at that time, di ba?
Yes, Mr.
So
Chairman.
there was nothing wrong with it at
There's
that
nothing
time.
wrong. There's
no?
nothing wrong.
So as far as contributions are concerned, then probably there was a valid excuse for the president to accept it because at that time, supposedly, hindi pa lumalabas yung pangalan ni Michael Yang as someone who is linked to the drug trade. Tama po ba?
I totally agree, Mr. Chairman. Kaya ko lang naman nilabas yung SOSE because dito lumabas yung pangalan na talagang close sila. So, at that particular moment, and I agree with you, Mr. Chairman, walang problema pa. But in hindsight, may problema na. Ibig sabihin nun, yung sinasabi nilang narco politician, yun na. Because Duterte knew about Sami Uy's involvement in illegal drugs and siyang pumopondo. Yon kinorroborate yun ni Mr. Las Cañas noong 2001, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, now, would it also be possible, I'm just playing devil's advocate here, Senator,
Yeah,
forgive
po.
me.
Yes.
Would it also be possible na, let's say, people close to the president vetted him and said he's okay? Meaning, the president did not have to go further from what the people surrounding him were saying. Example, like, cleared yan, okay yan, hindi yan associated with drugs. Pwede din po ba na he would rely on the word of those who are closest to him na hindi yan involved in drugs?
Yun na nga po, no? Assuming the best of Duterte, probably that would be the case. Pero we have profiled the guy and in in assuming the worst of him, minsan ini-exceed pa niya no? Pero ito po, yung kay sino to? Kay Sami Uy and kay Michael Yang, in-inform na ni Colonel Asierto. Kumbaga, out of sense of duty, no? Sabihin na nating naive si Colonel Asierto because he believed yung narrative. Namigay talaga siya ng report hoping to precisely yung sinasabi nyo, Mr. Chairman, na maklear siya, yung baka hindi alam nung nagki-clear sa kanya na okay yan. Kaso baliktad ho yung reaction niya eh. Kung totoong he had nothing to do with Mr. Yang, ang gagawin niya nung nakita niya yon, first thing toxic yan, ilayo niyo yan sa akin. Or, kung talagang pinapapatay niya yung mga drug lords, dapat napatay na po yon. Yun po, Mr. Chairman.
Now, earlier din, when AMLAC was here, AMLAC said that the documents did not come from them.
Yes.
Yung present mong bank documents. But in earlier public pronouncements that were also made or also linked to you, you also said that it was AMLAC who gave you access to these documents.
No, wala po akong sinabing gano'n, Mr. Chairman, kasi that would be illegal. No, that would be illegal. So, ang sinabi ko po, merong nagbigay sa akin ng mga dokumento na yon at chinek po namin in our own ways. So when we validated it, ginamit namin. I used it as evidence to file a plunder case against Duterte. At yung investigation na yon ng ombudsman, validated yung documents. Kaya po nung sinabi ko kanina, yung open source, sabi po ng ombudsman, yun pong nakuha nila na dokumento sa AMLAC matches the contents of my document.
Is this si Karandang ba yun?
Yes, Mr.
binabanggit
Chairman.
mo?
Opo.
And he was removed, is that correct?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
But then he was removed for other reasons din, Senator Trillanes, di ba?
Hindi po. Kasi the primary reason is iniimbestigahan niya si Duterte and they were gaining some headway dun sa investigation na yun, and Duterte needed to stop him from investigating, Mr. Chairman.
Did we invite former Deputy Ombudsman Karandang? She's here? Hindi. But he was invited. Anyway, thank you, Senator Trillanes.